Good morning, English 10. This is Miss Nicholas coming to you live via Zoom. Thought I would drop you a little video chat today, or a video recording, to fill you in on a couple things I'd like you to be aware of as we head into our third week of distance learning. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for being so on the ball with your assignments each week. I think the majority of you have been turning those in on time. It looks like you're doing things correctly. If at any time you are confused, and I have been getting some emails and fielding questions about assignments, please feel free to ask for a video chat. We can do a one-on-one conversation through Zoom or WebEx or Google Meet. You can also just send me an email and I can try to give you a typed response on how to complete things. If I'm not available, check in with Mr. Dilla. He's also at our fingertips for some help as well. So please make sure you're contacting us and we'll try to help you out. That leads me into my second point. If you guys go to my Schoology page, and I'm going to share my screen right now, each week, starting this week, this Tuesday the 14th, I am going to be available each Tuesday at 1 p.m. for about a half hour for you guys to pop in and ask any questions that you might have, even if you just want to simply say hi. I'll be there from 1 to about 1:30. I mean, if it goes a little bit longer, it does. That's no problem. So if you go to Schoology to the distance learning folder here, right underneath it is the information that you need to log into that Zoom meeting. Hoping you guys are going to do this appropriately and respectfully. I know there have been some issues with Zoom meetings in other classes around the country, so please make sure you're using this responsibly. But I'll be there every Tuesday for a half hour, so feel free to pop in. If you don't want to do or ask your questions in that venue, again, email me and we'll figure out a way to help you out, or Mr. Dilla can help you out. Second thing I want to go over is what you're going to be assigned this week. So again, thanks for working hard through the first couple of weeks of poetry. Some of the stuff I think might be a little challenging, especially the sound devices, but we're going to be getting into actually writing some poetry now and doing a little bit more with analysis. So I'm going to talk about your poetry project. If you guys go into week 3, which you should be doing Monday morning, April 13th, the first link I have there is my poetry project description. So basically you guys are going to have 2 weeks to work on this. The only thing that I'm going to provide is maybe a song or a spoken word poem or something that you guys can do a little discussion thread on and give me your thoughts on it. That'll be basically what you'll be doing each day then for the next 2 weeks, but this will be the bulk of your work outside of that. So at the very top, the project is due April 24th. For this project, you guys are going to be writing 2 poems of your own, original compositions, and you'll be analyzing 1 poem that has been written and published by another person. Okay, so in total, this project's worth 45 points. The 2 written poems are going to be 15 points each. If we scroll down, the analyzed poem will be 15 points, so 30 points plus 15 equals at 45. When you're done with the 2 assignments, and I'll get into the details of those in a minute, but the 2 assignments, they need to be typed on a Google Doc, formatted clearly and carefully, and then you'll be uploading that poetry project doc into an assignment link on Schoology, and that's how we'll be collecting it, okay? So the poem choices, you're gonna choose 2 of these 5 different styles, and you'll write 2 poems. The only requirements for those 2 poems are listed out here. So each of the poems must be 10 to 20 lines long. You need to contain 3 examples of figurative language. So that would be like a metaphor, hyperbole, personification, illusion. What else do we have going on there? Similes, those types of things. You also need to include 3 examples of sound devices. So make sure you have alliteration involved. You could have onomatopoeia in there. You can have rhyme. Okay, so 3 examples. And then I have a listing of what those might look like as well for you down there. Again, once you've got that poem written out, you need to figure out how to create some sort of visual to go along with the poem, whether that be clip art just attached to the Google Doc where you've typed your poem. If you want to do a hand drawing, and you guys can figure out the technology and how to upload it, but do a hand drawing and you can attach your poem to it. I don't know. You can figure that out as best you can, but you could do a background, some sort of clever border around it, but something that makes the poem visually appealing as I take a look at them. Okay. Oh, it says obviously for the mandala art, don't worry about that line. Cross that part out. Okay, so here's the rubric on how you'd be evaluated. You can take a look at that on your own. And then for the analyzed poem, which is going to be 15 points, you're choosing 1 poem that's already been published. So it could be by an officially recognized poet, like I said in here, Maya Angelou, Langston Hughes, Emily Dickinson, Sylvia Plath, E. E. Cummings, Gwendolyn Brooks. There are a slew of poets. There are websites down here where you can go and access some of those. You could also pick a poem that is a popular song by an artist that is well known, or you can pick a spoken word poem. And some of those spoken word artists, unfortunately, aren't as popular or famous. But you can go to Button Poetry and see if you can find any spoken word poems that might be worthwhile. You can even use one of the spoken word poems on my Schoology page. I have a whole folder full of a variety of those that we're taking a look at anyway. All right, so one poem that you're then going to analyze. And all you have to do for the analysis is answer these 9 questions. So just a short paragraph for each question, typed out on a Google Doc, 12-point font, double spaced, and then you'll submit that with your 2 typed poems as well. Okay, so here's the rubric for how we'll look at that information. And then that's it. So that's your project. You're typing out 2 poems, creating 2 poems of your own, and then analyzing 1 poem. So if you guys have any questions, like I've said, feel free to email me, send it through Schoology or my school email. You can even ask to do a quick little chat like this so I could set up a Zoom conversation or a WebEx, whatever you'd rather, what's ever comfortable for you. Okay, I think that's it for me today. Those are the 2 things I'd like to chat with you about. Sorry this got to be a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure I verbalized that to you. Hope you guys are all doing well. I miss seeing your faces every day in class, but I'm happy to be knowing you're doing okay with the assignments that you're turning in. So take care and talk to you later.